We have to start supporting ourselves. We have to add value to our content and our voices.
Hey, hey, haters gone, hate supporters done it. Hey, hey, hey. Haters gone, hate supporters done it. Hey. Support on your own, don't support one of them clones. I'm really one of them ones. I'm really in my they done. Cash app, $sign on box rhyme. Hey, 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 hey. Haters gone, hate supporters done it. Hey, 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 hey. Haters gone, hate supporters done it. Hey. Support on your own, don't support one of them clones. I'm really one of them ones. I'm really in my they dumb. Cash app, $sign on box rhyme. I'm really real one of them. I'm really him, I'm really out here standing on 10. Like and subscribe, thumbs up the video. I'm really real one of them. I'm really him, I'm really out here standing on 10. Like and subscribe, thumbs up the video. Haters gone, hate supporters done it. Haters gone, hate supporters done it. Support on your own, don't support one of them clones. I'm really one of them ones. I'm really him, how they dumb. Cash app, $sign on box rhyme. Haters gone, hate supporters done it. Haters gone, hate supporters done it. Support on your own, don't support one of them clones. I'm really one of them ones. I'm really him, how they dumb. Cash app, $sign on box rhyme. I'm really real one of them. I'm really him, I'm really out here standing on 10. Like and subscribe, thumbs up the video. I'm really real one of them. I'm really him, I'm really out here standing on 10. Like and subscribe, thumbs up the video. Haters gone, hate supporters done it. Haters gone, hate supporters done it. Support on your own, don't support one of them clones. I'm really one of them ones. I'm really him, how they dumb. Cash app, $sign on box rhyme. Haters gone, hate supporters done it. Haters gone, hate supporters done it. Support on your own, don't support one of them clones. I'm really one of them ones. I'm really him, how they dumb. Cash app, $sign on box rhyme. Please don't. Please support on it. I'm really one of them ones. I'm really him, how they dumb. Cash app, $sign on box rhyme. Cash app, $sign on box rhyme. Cash app, $sign on box rhyme. I'm really real one of them ones, how they dumb. Thumbs up, subscribe, cash app, $sign on box rhyme.
Hey, peace family. Hold on. Let me do this right here. Let me get the backdrop right. Boom. Okay. So family, when I say paid trolls, I'm not using that lightly at all. I'm gonna give you a perfect example of a paid troll. This is the Cash App. In case folks want to support, and we got the super chat going on as well, and we got the like button. Dig. The like button is the best form of support. But let me share a prime example of a paid trolling. Okay, so when I was playing the live yesterday, the realest sister, okay, I believe it's a fake account. This is an hour ago. So as you can see, I just invited her to the live now, the live stream calling. She said, gulp, the Jamaican guy did have a point when the wording of FBA foundational, which can go with words such as organizations, institutions, corporations, and foundation. Yeah, black is a made up word, slang. Black folks, white folks, brown folks, and yellow folks. However, none of those color terms explain lineage. Ugh. Now, y'all know that I am the right one. I'm probably the most qualified one to take on such an argument about the word black. Okay. It's association, it's disassociation. The way we use black is disassociation with color. So she already done right there. However, none of those color terms explain lineage. Ugh. Okay, you already know this is gonna be a first round knockout. She calling Americans. Yes, that word is needed to emphasis. I guess she meant to say emphasize where our oppression occurred. Ouch. So it's understandable why people, aka folks, must ask that one explain the definition of FBA. Duh. Now, on the other hand, Adolph's American Descents of Slavery is unquestionably, unapologetically, uncompromisably self-explanatory in its wording, period. Now, Adolph's is definitely lineage talk. Adolph's rocks. This is a paid troll, family. This is not a person who is with the organization Adolph's, because Adolph's is an organization, also the name of a lineage. It's both. Just like FBA is a trademark of services, goods, and products, and is also the name of a lineage. African American is the name of a so-called lineage from Jesse Jackson, and is also the name of other things. Italian, right, is the name of a lineage, and is also the name of some ices. Right, if you hot, you could get some Italian ices. So you can make a name, multi, fashionable. Like you could use it for different things. So two things can be true. So, but this person is not FBA. This person is not ADOS. This person is not a descendant of freedmen. And this person also is not within the organization of ADOS, the advocacy organization. This is a person trying to sow internal conflict within the lineage. Not gonna work. We know you're a troll. That's why she wrote this in less than an hour, right? So that means she's still up. So that means she's gonna get my notification before her day starts. And she got the option to call in. I'm gonna put the call in number in the chat with the link to click it. I want her to explain how black is a made up word, right? I think every word is made up. So we're gonna see the logic from that. But we know she's not gonna call in. We know this is the troll trying to sow division within the lineage, and it didn't work. That was a nothing burger. We're not gonna turn our attention away from tethers and white supremacists and docs and then turn it amongst ourselves. Nope, we're going to stay strong and we're going to stay neutralizing our ops. That didn't work. Dude. See, now this is the point of songs, right? Let me show you something. So now we got better comments here. He said, it's a hit, fam. Don't forget about the Buffalo Soldier. Yeah, I got to do something on Buffalo Soldiers. Awesome content. You feel me? And then this guy right here says it's all about the lineage. I'm humming this all day since I heard it. You got something there, son. I love it. So that's what I hope to achieve out of the music I make. It's FBA music, and I want something where you guys are humming it. Family, I'm telling you, when I get off here, I'm humming these songs in front of people at work. They'd be like, oh, what you humming? Like, I don't even worry about it, bro. That's the point. I'm family. That was my goal intended, because I felt myself humming some ratchet lyrics one day, you just out of boredom. I'm like, yeah, I don't like that. I don't like to have ratchet negativity, on my tongue and my mind, my brain. So I said, let me start making music where it's catchy, where we can hum it in our idle time, right? When we're unconscious. That's the point of the music I make. All of it, every song I make is for us to think about it. Like even hate, haters gonna hate, supporters gonna donate, hate. Like that was designed for you guys to know the lyrics and hum it, cash at, tag, unbiased rhyme, like that. I'll be singing that shit. I'll be singing that. But so the comments, feel me, is the comments are like a donation, right? Likes are like a donation. Subscriptions are like a donation, right? Notification bell. All these are donations. They're non-monetary donations. So every donation don't have to be monetary. That is for the people who can. So for the people who can donate monetarily and it's not going to hurt you at all, go ahead. Super chat and cash app. But also you got non-monetary donations that are just as effective, just as important as a monetary donation. And those are the commenting like this, giving comments, saluting me. It's like, hey, man, because that shit is inspirational. That motivates me when I'm able to read your comments of approval. Like, yeah, man, I like this. Also, the chat. When the chat is litty and y'all are back and forth in the chat, that's a donation. Like that kind of make you like go harder, go stronger, research more, become more innovative. You dig? Well, all that is our donations, and they're equally as important than a monetary donation. All right. So, all right. Anyway, with that family, she is higher than a power bill. Powerball. You said she's higher. She's higher than a power. I think power bill. Electric. Let me give all still gray lineage wrench. Make you a moderator. It's a grand rise into old school. All still gray. Baker boy 3. Goddess Yemaya. If I'm saying it right. Yemaya. All right. So I'm gonna play a little bit of trolls real quick, and then I'm gonna get to where we go. Hold. Not right there. Not right there. Hold on. We're gonna start right. Matter of fact, let's start right here. I think this is it right here. Hold on. Yeah, but that was the intent of the music. It was to have you guys humming the lyrics, the positive lyrics in your you know, during during your day. All right, so let me see something. Make sure I'm right on cue with the video. Okay, I got it. Yep, this is it.
I would hope that people aren't attempting to cause harm or cause trauma. It's like, they're just trying to like figure out where you're from and how they can, I guess, act accordingly. But this reminds me a lot of like the diaspora wars and just our this global like misunderstanding of each other. It seems like.
Yeah, why can't anybody be honest about the diaspora so-called wars that are non-FBA, non-ADOS, non-descendants of freedmen? Why everybody else outside of us that speak about the so-called diaspora wars, why do everybody lie and cover up these Africans' hatred towards FBA? Why do everybody feel like they gotta justify and make it seem like everybody's, at fault?
Like, and for those that aren't, sorry, were you going to say something?
No, I'm just like, bring it, here we go.
So for those who aren't familiar, the diaspora wars can be loosely described as cross-cultural arguments among different ethnicities.
And they always change the root cause. They want to like reference TikTok, Twitter as the root cause, like what they see on TikTok and Twitter. They use those social media platforms to reference the root cause of the so-called diaspora war. Diaspora war just simply, what that simply means is a bunch of first people of African descent disrespecting the foundation of Black Americans for no reason, unwarranted. That's all that means.
Cities of African people where we essentially express discontent with each other for various reasons. And so recently there have been, for decades, there have been lots of examples of this, but more recent examples would be like, when, let's say like a new film like Black is King comes out and it's...
See, they talking about films, decades, but go to the recent films. And if I notice one thing I noticed, they never have a person who say they're FBA, ADOS, or descendant of freedmen ever on their platforms may talk about diaspora wars. How is that always consistent, right? How is that always consistent? Were they able to talk about this and never invite somebody who calls themselves FBA, ADOS, or a descendant of freedmen? Never. They're just amongst themselves, feel good, damage control.
It's basically received differently across the diaspora. So African folks, continental folks receive it a certain way. Black Americans obviously are going to receive it a certain way. And those are some of the most, I guess, visible examples of like people just really revealing how much we just don't know about each other.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And like, I guess it's interesting to think that what we think of like the diaspora wars, like we think of them as like maybe these online, like virtual arguments, but it's like they are actually real essentially, because they come into play in like our day-to-day lives, our day-to-day interactions. And especially as you travel across the continent and you meet folks, from all over, you're like, oh, okay. Like there really is this misunderstanding of, who I am as a Black person in this particular context.
I'm just trying to tread lightly on this. I'm just trying to tread lightly on this topic.
Tread lightly, okay.
Because I want to do more good than harm. So that's why I'm looking a little fidgety over here. Don't worry about me.
No worries, no worries.
Tread lightly just means, how can I justify Africans' behavior?
Yeah, and so it's interesting to think, again, like the diaspora wars are very real. How would you say that's played out in your interactions while living in Africa?
I will say, number one, I just want to say that wars it's such a nasty word. It's such a big word. It's just, and I don't like that. And this is something I just recently thought about when thinking about this topic, right?
Peace, Horace Jackson.
I don't know if
it's all about the lineage.
Is the best way for us to put it.
Peace, treat, noble man.
I don't know what the best word would be.
Grand rising to you.
But I would also say that I'm not sure that we even know that we're interacting with each other in such a harmful way, which is the great thing about society, right? It's like,
here we go with damage control. Like they always, like they just like all of this when they just can't admit, the disrespect from non-FBAs. Now, family, if we were the agitators, there would be no, hey, diaspora wars is back and forth. All of these docs, all of these tethers, and whoever else will be bashing the hell out of us if we had started this. If we started to just attack non-FBAs for no reason, just out of hatred and jealousy and envy, all of these folks be coming at us. There'd be no, well, it's both-sided. Well, it's a misunderstanding of the cultures. All of that, family, is code word for we got to do damage control. We gotta protect Africa.
You evolve over time. So things that were cool back in the 70s or the 80s or the 90s, we're not doing those things anymore, right? But I will say I have had a number of experiences that have given me diaspora wars vibes, and not purposely, but that's kind of how I would categorize it. So a little story time. A few weeks ago, maybe even up to a month, I was
now, by the way, I never watched this before. A lot of shows I say with you guys. So I hope this story isn't painting FBAs as bad people. I hope, come on, what is this story about?
Bar with friends, and I'm going to do my best to provide all the details of this evening, because I was talking to another friend and they told me that, I think we as people, we try to curate a very specific story, and it's like, let's just, keep all details there and let people take from it what they will. So it's a Saturday in Johannesburg. I live in Johannesburg, for anyone who did not pick that up. I'm an expat. I've been here for about 3 years, so I've had some experiences. And maybe about a month ago, I'm at a bar. It's a gay bar. It's a Saturday night. It's in Braamfontein.
It's a gay bar.
And I'm with a friend who's with his guy friends. I'm kind of like sitting to myself. This random, very cute guy walks up to me, crop top, very cute, dressed for the evening. He walks up to me and just randomly is like, Black people scare me. And I'm
There you go. This is he African?
like,
Yeah,
there's
yeah. So now, yeah, the South African, Johannesburg, walk up to her and say, "Black people scare them." Family, there are nobody's more dangerous than these folks, and we scare them. These guys literally still eat each other, and they're saying we scare them. Child trafficking, all type of coups. They nobody vote anybody in. They just kill off the next army, the next the current president. They just like Burkina Faso, Ibrahim Traore. They just kill off the next leadership. Yes, and then they saying, "Whoa, we must protect Ibrahim Traore. They're going to assassinate him." Yes, he's going to go out the way he came in. He came in with assassination mindset. He overthrew a government, and he will be overthrown by a government. That's Burkina Faso culture.
music playing, there's drinks. So I'm not really sure what he says, but I'm like, what? I'm trying to hear what he's saying. And he says, Black people scare me. And like, I have a YouTube channel.
So you hear that? Black people scare him. Now, is he when he said black, is he talking about all people of African descent? How you guys loosely use it? I'm talking about tethers. Or does he know Black Americans is just the only Black people? We'll see.
So, but I'm not like by any means famous. So I'm like thinking that I'm this like random person that he just walked up to. Could he know that I'm a Black American? Because my first thought was like, does he mean Black Americans scare him? Because that would make.
Well, yes, because if he said, see, and this is the stupidity on her part. See, this is not knowing what he knows. He knows the only Black people are Black Americans. Her dumb ass don't know that. She's using Black people loosely to refer to all people of African descent. That's your problem. You're confused. He's not.
Makes sense, it's a South African person. Why would you say that to me, right? If you like, you can't possibly think I'm South African, right? But then on the other hand,
wait, but aren't they Black too? According to like the way they use Black, aren't the South Africans Black too? So maybe he is. Maybe he does think you are South African. He's saying South Africans scare him. For all people of African descent.
And I was thinking, he could also be a person who is experiencing some self-hate for whatever reason at this moment in life.
I get to the point.
But for me, I kind of feel like either way, these are my people.
How?
Whether we're talking about South Africans or we're talking about Black Americans, he said Black people are my people. So now I feel like I need to go on defense. It was a whole scene. Nothing too crazy happened. Fast forward to when things are dying down, maybe 5 minutes later. And I'm like telling him, like, you kind of wilding. Like, what's good with you? Like, why would you say that to me? That's like so crazy to say. Do you know he said,
right?
I don't even understand why you're so upset. Like, you really need to relax. Like, technically, I'm Blacker than you because I'm from here. You
see that? See, they misuse Black. Like, no, we don't use Black as a color. You dig? Black was used as a color in a derogatory sense from outsiders like Arabics, the Arabs and the white people. Right?
From here. So you don't even need to get that mad. And when I tell you, I think I was
Your story's so dry.
Super speechless at such of the time, and maybe telling me, and I know African, the energy is very much like, you're not one of us. But this could be anyone from any country on the continent. Wait. Country, but this could be anyone from.
I got to clip this.
Any country on the continent. The energy is very much like, you're not one of us. TikTok, and someone asked, the energy is very much like, you're not one of us. So some could take that as like, you're African, right? Some also could take that as like, at what level of Blackness are we? right? And
The
so, but
top,
of course,
stupid.
no African person has ever said to me, I'm Blacker than you because I'm from the continent, until this person a month ago. Even though in my mind, I feel like that would somewhat be what the energy felt like sometimes, right?
Mm.
So you have like that intense experience. And, some people might feel like it was a 10-minute experience, like some random drunk person at the club. I posted it on TikTok and someone asked me, well, they might be colored. Are they colored? So it's kind of like, if this was a South Africa, the energy is very much like, you're not one of us.
And we're not.
So some could take that as like, you're African, right?
Okay. Let me back it up.
From any country on the continent. But this could be anyone from any. I know African is very broad. It's not a specific person who's telling me. And I know African is very broad. It might be an African person who's telling me.
All right.
It's like, African, it might be time, and maybe even other Black Americans. It's like, for me, what I've experienced a lot of the time, and maybe even other Black speechless at such a response, right?
Mm.
Because I think for me, what I've experienced a lot of the time,
Right.
and maybe
I'm going to try and clip
tell
this.
you,
Try and clip
and
it.
when I tell you, I'm from here. I'm from here.
Here we go.
I'm Blacker than you because I'm from here. I'm from here. So you don't even need to get that mad. And when I tell you, such a person, some could take that as like African, right? Some also could take that as like, what level of Blackness are we, right? And so, but of course, no African person is energy
Good.
is very much like, you're not.
So I need that. So, that got to be hurt for some people. Like, oh, y'all be talking about, what they looking like African weird. Like, what about you is African? Again, to say we're African, this is normally something that people say when they come to America. When they're in their shitty homelands, they don't believe we're one of them. They know exactly who we are. They know what we experience, ethnogenesis. They know we are super far from them. Okay, so people can't lie to themselves and want to say you're African because you got a little African descent in your 23andMe, but you also got Native American, you also got European and something else. Okay, there's a bunch of shit in there, not just one.
Not one of us, right? And a month ago, even though in my mind, I feel like said to me, I'm Blacker than you because I'm in my experience, like me, like it felt like a little battle, right? And if it's a colored South African person who thought they were talking to a South African that was Black, or talking to another Black person, also that feels like a battle. Like it feels like you kind of ready for war a little bit,
Yeah, well, for one, they're not Black. They are exactly what you said they are. They are South African. I don't know what the confusion is, family. What is the confusion? Why are we calling people something they don't call themselves? They're telling you who they are, and we're calling them African. I'm sorry, we're calling them Black. They're saying I'm a Zimbabwean, I'm Ghanaian, I'm Haitian, I'm Jamaican. They're telling you who they are. They even got a flag to confirm that. But here we are saying they're Black. No, they told you who they are, and we told them who we are. We're Black. They're Zimbabwean, South African, Johannesburg, whatever, Kenyan, that's who they are. So I call them what they call themselves. I'm not giving them an exonym, all right? I'm calling them what they call themselves.
So many layers.
Yeah.
Interesting. And I don't know if you explained it earlier, but like for those that don't know, colored in South Africa means mixed race.
Okay,
right?
I don't care.
Black. Yeah.
And the time to be having these super deep, conversations about identity. So that's a very weird situation, and I'm sorry you had to experience that. But it just again is another reminder of how much we don't understand each other.
Now look at this bonehead right here. This bonehead conclusion is we don't understand each other. Yeah, what are you talking about? Uh, that's like a white person saying, calling us the N-word, and our conclusion is, yeah, we just don't understand each other. Like this is a filthy woman right here. Okay, this is a filthy woman. Like I don't think she's the paid troll. I think she is. Her conclusion is, oh, we don't understand each other. Wait, the person just insulted her because of her FBA lineage, right? I think she's FBA. He just got insulted by a South African because she's FBA. I believe she is. I don't recall her saying she's from the Caribbean. So I believe she's not from Africa. She's visiting. She's living there for 3 years. So she was insulted by a South African because she's FBA, her lineage, and her conclusion is, oh yeah, we don't understand each other. I mean, but white people can say that. They can say, hey, I know we're racist towards you guys. We got names for you. We just don't understand each other. Like, no, 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 no. We're far past. We don't understand each other. We know exactly who we are. We know who they are. They know who we are. We understand each other. And that's why they can say something like that. They know exactly who we are. They understand us. And that's why his conclusion was, I'm more African than you. And you are. You did. You are. Kudos to you. Congratulations. And I'm black and you're not. Right. You're more African than me. Right. I'm not African at all. I'm black and I'm black. Nice to meet you.
And how prevalent, especially like anti-blackness is.
Let's get the likes up, especially if the likes is what signal boosted this live podcast to other people as suggestions. So just like the video. Okay, thank you.
Globally.
Girl.
Because if you, if that man, if that person was, let's say mixed race, black, white, it's like maybe, like you said.
No. Don't try to make him mixed race. The dude probably jet black. Matter of fact, he said, I'm more blacker than you. So he's not mixed race. Here she go. This paid troll. Here she go. Damage control. Well, maybe that guy is a mulatto. Maybe he's colored. No, why would a colored person tell her, who's clearly melanated, why would a colored person, mulatto, tell her that they're more blacker? And he used black as an adjective, as a descriptor. Why would he say, I'm more blacker than you to her? Like she's brown skin. Say, stop. Damage control coon right here.
There was that abilities.
The example that I just gave is kind of extreme, right? It's like, all right, is somebody gonna walk up to you in the club and say that, right? But I can give a much shorter, different example that has nothing to do with me, right? So when I first moved to South Africa, I was in consulting. So I'm like working in one of the big 3 consulting offices. I won't get too specific.
Hey, yo, she looks uncomfortable as hell. This woman right here, she looks uncomfortable that she about to tell another story of these goddamn filthy bastards hating on the lineage. Look how uncomfortable she looks.
And I'm talking to one of the she's a young consultant. I don't think that she's colored, but she is South African. And I moved here in like September 2019. So all I could talk about was...
See, you see it. And see what she did? She dismissed the notion of them being colored. That she's trying to give them a way out, damage control. And she said, well, I don't think she's colored, but she's definitely South African. So she killed her colored angle.
September 2019. So all I could talk about was in December, I'm going to Ghana. This year is the year of return. I'm going to Ghana, 2019, year of return. And I mean, I was telling everybody, right? Mm-hmm. You know, I'm getting coffee with this girl, honey. And I'm like, yeah, girl. She's asking me like, what are you doing for Christmas and New Year's? Because, it's a huge festive season in South Africa.
Yeah, look at this woman's face. This says it all. Like, she is uncomfortable with these truths. Look at her, yo. Now, I don't know what she is.
As well, the entire month of December. So I'm like, I'll be gone for like the last 2 weeks of the month. I'm going to Ghana for year of return. I'm going to be in Accra. I'm going to do Afro-Cella. She turned to me and said, oh, you going to real Africa? I couldn't believe, I was in a
What?
chokehold in that moment. I said, I'm sorry, what? So, oh yeah, you're going to real Africa. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. And I feel like that is like, I don't know, maybe that is like lack of exposure or South Africa considering themselves, you know, the West of Africa. But to me,
Oh yeah. She was uppity. She was saying, "Oh, you going to the slums?" So basically, she was saying, "Oh, you going to the slums?"
that felt very like anti-Africa, anti-Black. We're South Africa, so we're different, you know? And again, someone might be like, nah, that's not diaspora wars. To me, I feel like it's like these small little
Now that's a real.
things
Let me
that kind of
clip that.
feed into
Let me
the
clip that.
contentment that, and again, someone might be like, nah, that's not diaspora.
Let me clip that.
Maybe that is like lack of Africa. To me
That.
and said, oh, you're going to I'm going to girl, she's asked me like, what do you do in South Africa? You know, I'm getting coffee with this girl, honey. And I'm like, yeah, girl. She's asked me like, what are you doing for Christmas and New Year's? Because you know, it's a huge festive season in South Africa as well, the entire month of December. So I'm like, I'll be gone for like the last 2 weeks of the month. I'm going to Ghana for year of return. I'm gonna be in Accra. I'm gonna do Afro-Cella. She turned to me and said, oh, you're going to real Africa.
But I want to catch the part where she's not a mulatto.
I'm going to Ghana 2019. In December, I'm going to Ghana. I think that she's colored, but
here we go.
I don't think that she's colored. Specific. And I'm talking to one of the consultants. She's a young.
Here we go.
I'm talking to.
Here we go.
And I'm talking to one of the consultants. She's a young consultant. I don't think that she's colored, but she is South African.
And I needed that part right there.
In like September 2019. So all I could talk about was in December, I'm going to Ghana.
I'm clipping it.
This year is the year of return. I'm going to Ghana, 2019, year of return. And I mean, I was telling everybody, right? Mm-hmm. You know, I'm getting coffee with this girl, honey. And I'm like, yeah, girl. She's asked me like, what are you doing for Christmas and New Year's? Because, you know, it's a huge festive season in South Africa as well, the entire month of December. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, I'll be gone for like the last 2 weeks of the month. I'm going to Ghana for year of return. I'm going to be in Accra. I'm going to do Afro-Cella. She turned to me and said, oh, you're going to real Africa.
There we go.
Things that kind of feed into
she just killing her narrative
that we have for each other.
Okay, because she's one of those fake Pan-Africanists that want to, oh, we all in this together. Oh, we all got colonizers. She one of those right there. This bonehead.
The diaspora. So for me, it's like those kinds of actions. Like you dead ass just said Ghana is real Africa. Okay, SA, so what are you?
You know, and I'm just thinking.
Here she go. Hey, family, can we get the likes up, please? That's all I asked for. You know, I mean, it ain't like my Cash App ringing like that, but some people did support. Thank you. But listen, the free support you guys can do is just click the like button. That's all. I'm not even asking for, hey, send a super chat or a Cash App. I'm saying like the video. That's easy. Like the video. Thank you.
Obviously, maybe lives in a bubble, maybe in a pretty privileged bubble. And you could probably speak more to this, but from my understanding, South Africa is, very segregated, like
there she go.
Class-wise, like there's a huge divide as far as like, poor versus rich, or privileged versus like underprivileged. And so I would imagine maybe she doesn't interact with the everyday South African. And so to her, South Africa is, the super developed, not so African place. That's so messed up.
I feel like I'm giving that's a lot of credit. Not saying that no one in South Africa can come from that.
Look, so you see, she's trying to downplay the damage control. This raccoon right here.
background, but I'm just saying, like, this person is probably our age, quite educated. She's at sorry. She's at this.
Right. So this dog right here, she keep trying to excuse African behavior. This dog right here. So she coming back saying, no, she's our age. She's quite educated. She knows what she's saying. She's not deceived. She's not uneducated. Okay. She wasn't lied to. She's educated.
It's like age, quite educated. She's at like, this person is probably our age, quite educated. She's at sorry. She's at this like top consulting firm, right? So I know that she's smart. I know that she's capable.
See, I'm loving her. She's checking the hell out of this dog right here. I want to know what's her background. What's her background? Because she's caping for these damn hateful Africans too hard. And so she's coming back like, nah, I ain't gonna let you do that. She's educated. She know what she's saying.
I know that like, you have to have some level of awareness of what's going on around you at a minimum.
Right.
Especially if we're thinking about South Africa, gender-based violence.
But look, this dog right here, she wants to explain that away so badly.
We're thinking of like the car snatch theft that you have to like go through a briefing on when you first arrive in the country. It's like, I know you've seen a township in South Africa before. Like, I know you had, like, there's no way you can tell me that you have no interaction or understanding or idea of the conditions of the people who live around you. The majority of the people in this country.
Yeah.
That are Black.
There you go. No, they're not Black. They're South African.
That's a bit disturbing.
All right, family, the likes are getting up there. They're getting close, but you ain't like, I even like the damn video. So if the host can like the video, sure, y'all can like it.
Considering how privileged that woman is and the types of knowing that she had. I think that's another example of anti-Blackness because, you're thinking of, and goodness. And I guess it's just disappointing.
Guyana, or Belizean. I don't think she's from Guyana. Belizean, Bayesian. Yeah, I would love to know what she is.
To hear that in 2022, we can,
I go to the
I don't know what year
video.
that happened actually, but that in these modern times where people have plenty of access to information, it's disappointing to hear that we continue to hold just those ideas of, African nations. I appreciate you like sharing your experiences. My experiences on the continent have obviously been very different. Like,
of course, you're gonna lie, right? You're gonna lie. You're gonna act like it's so beautiful. They love everybody. We're all the same. Yeah, I'm not.
My identity.
I don't want to hear your.
And so
I don't want to hear your lies.
Something that, which I do. Let's say I do have this privilege. What can I do with it? Like, what sort of access do I have that can maybe be helpful to society? Like, I have generation American. I remember her asking me, "Are you Black?" And I was like, "Well, what? Yeah."
Back up.
I think it was, but as far as like the diaspora wars go, I would say I've had mostly positive interactions with people from across the diaspora, whether they're, Black American or they're like, first generation American.
Very happy to
yeah, and like growing up, I think it was, early on, like let's say middle school, like people just did not understand. People were like, I remember this one girl asking me like, "Oh, are you Black?" When I said like, I'm Zambian. I remember her asking me, "Are you Black?" And I was like, "Well, what? Yeah."
I think so.
I'm very Black. I'm from the land of Black people.
Right.
Yeah, but what land is that? Okay, now you see, she won't tell what she is. So I highly doubt she's FBA. FBA, but hell yeah, I'm Black. I'm the blackity black. Ain't nobody Black but us. Like, I would love for a tether to ask me, "Am I Black?" I will, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, I'm the only Black. Nice to meet you. What country are you from? Well, what country you fled from?
So it was interesting, I think, in that moment, because
She's from the land of blacks, but she won't tell where she's from.
I think the girl that asked me that question also maybe didn't have an understanding of like what Blackness looks like outside of America, because she was an African American asking me. So maybe she hadn't had
Wait, what was that?
experiences with like ending of like what Blackness looks like outside of America, because she was an African American asking me.
Okay, so she was African American, so that's her way of saying Black American. So that means so she's definitely not one of us. Okay, I thought so.
So maybe she hadn't had experiences with like foreign Blacks, you know, like non descendants of like, you know, American like chattel slavery.
Right. So what are you? Tell us.
I think her exposure to
close.
African people was very limited. And so in that moment, she asked me that question, I think also just trying to gain an understanding of like, okay, like you look like me, but then you're not from here. Like, what does that actually mean?
Where you from?
And again, that was middle school, like maybe 7th, 8th grade. So, you know, we were just getting to the point where we're like really like learning about history and stuff. So I'm sure at that point, there wasn't an understanding that like there are a lot of new Black folks, I guess, migrating to the US, you know, like there's like a whole new wave of new immigrants, you know, from, you know, Black countries like coming to the US. So that's like one example that I can think of where there was just like a complete just disconnect.
Okay.
Yeah. So over time, though, as we've gotten older, I've gotten.
So we were right. We knew she was not FBA. We could tell. So when they'd be like, y'all can't tell, the hell we can't. We could definitely tell.
Mostly positive experiences. And especially as I've gotten more comfortable, like just owning who I am and saying, yes, I'm a Zambian, you know, this is my culture.
Oh, got it. Zimbabwe. She's Zambian. Zimbabwe. I knew it. Got her ass. Got her.
You know, experiences, and I've gotten mostly positive experiences. And especially as I've gotten more comfortable, like just owning who I am and saying, yes, I'm a Zambian, you know, this is my culture.
What'd she say? How you pronounce it? Zambian. Okay, so she's a Zambian.
You know, the senses, and especially as I've gotten more comfortable, like just owning who I am and saying, yes, I'm a Zambian, you know, this is my culture. You know, the more boldly I shared it, the more people were just like, oh, tell me more. And the more curious.
Ain't nobody say that shit. Family, ain't nobody. Yeah, I know the lineage. We all from the lineage. Ain't nobody asking, tell us about that at all. We're like, oh, word, and we're moving on. Once you say you're Zambian and we know you're not one of us, you're like, okay, cool. No wonder. Okay, that's why you're weird. They ask you because you're behaving weirdly, right? And why are you behaving weirdly? Because your mother and father told you to stay away from us. That we're so dangerous. We're so degenerate, right? So as a middle school kid, you just say you're in middle school, you're being divisive, right? You're staying away from foundation Black American girls. You're coming off weird, you're giving weird energy. So they asked you, hey, where you from? And I'm from the land of Blacks. You're like, what the hell is that? What, you know what's funny? She tried to respond snarky to the FBA little girl. I'm from the land of Blacks. And the FBA girl response was, what part of Africa is that? I'm from the land of Blacks as a smoke screen. And that little girl was like, yeah, what part of Africa is that? Because I know you're not from this country, land of the Blacks. What the hell is that? I'm from the land of the Blacks. All right, what part of Africa is that? You dig? What slum is that? What country in Africa is that? The land of the Blacks. Because you damn sure in FBA. That little girl was like, you ain't us. So land of the Blacks, what country is that? What flag is that? What language you speak? That's in Africa somewhere. That ain't in America.
Curious they became versus like, I guess, ignorant. If that
That's
makes
a really good point. That's a really good point. Like the idea of like kind of you leading with Zambian culture versus like someone walking up to you and being like, oh, what is this? Because I will say, I mean, Black Americans, we have
Yeah, she said, I'm from the land of the blacks. That little FBA little girl was like, yeah, what part of Africa is that? Because there ain't no land of the black in America. Like, ain't no state called that. There's 50 states and none of them are called the land of the black. So what part of Africa, what slum, what third world country are you from in Africa?
a long way to go as well, as far as like understanding African
Somebody
culture.
said land of shanty towns. They be so embarrassed. Yo, that quote that Tariq Nasheed said is so on point. Nobody hates Africa more than them. If you ask a Spanish person, they don't they? Like they would be proud to tell you Peru or Argentina or Mexico. They'd be proud with their chests out. When it comes to persons of African descent, man, the islands, Africa, man, they hate that question is just the worst question to ask them. Where's your homeland? They hate that question. She said land of the blacks. She did not want to say Zimbabwe.
Not contributing to diaspora wars as well. But I am happy to hear that. And again, it's kind of like what I was saying earlier about like just society evolving. I feel like our generation, we're like much more interested in like what each other's got going on.
Yeah, it's like a nice
We're really not.
shift, I would say, because I think just
We're really not.
hearing a lot
Trust
of what
me.
people, it's like
I'm being real. We're not.
A lot of I experienced that personally, like not personally, but going to high school with African students and seeing like people pick on them.
Okay. So she lied. She said something crazy. African booty
growing
scratching.
up.
We're like, I'm happy to hear that. And again, it's kind of like what I was saying earlier about like just society evolving. I feel like our generation, we're like much more interested in like what each other's got going on.
Yeah, it's like a nice shift, I would say, because I think just hearing a lot of people's stories growing up, it's like, a lot of people had really traumatic experiences, interacting with folks from across the diaspora and people not understanding where they're from, people, mocking and making fun of the places that they're from. So it's like, I don't know that that's completely over. It probably isn't, but it's nice to see this like healthy shift towards people at least being more curious about like understanding each other.
Man, you're not on our radar at all. We're focused on systemic racism, white supremacy, and how to level up. All right. We're not wasting time looking what you got going on in Zimbabwe. We good luck. We hope you're successful, but we're not wasting time 1 second trying to figure out the politics in Zimbabwe. Man, stop it.
And I mean, I quickly, I just want to say like, that kind of what I was referring to, like I experienced that personally, like not personally, but going to high school with African students and seeing like people pick on them just because they're African. So I definitely
here we go.
Will say that like a lot of
people are not picking on them because they're African. People are picking on them because the Africans felt that we were criminals, losers, because they watch movies and rap music and their parents told negative stories about us. Okay. And that energy was evident in the room. And then we responded. See, we responded to the negative energy. So we're not picking on them. We are responding to what their parents taught them. Right. So they're starting the trouble, looking at us as we're below them because we're criminals and rappers and pimps and hoes. Everything their parents told them. The parents told them the movies and music is real. So yes, if that's your energy, we're going to respond, but we're not picking on them. We're responding.
Even in my like high school time, like that was something that was like a big deal and like very traumatic for a lot of African students and people who are probably from the area.
I mean, at this point, she's just lying. She's lying. I just explained that. Like these people admitted that their parents taught them to stay away from us because we are below them. We are degenerates, right? That's a fact. So when you come to school with that energy, we're going to cook you. We're going to roast you, and we might give you a black eye. So, but again, you're starting the trouble, right? You're being taught the same thing a little white kid is being taught. Okay, no difference. Both of you guys are being taught that we are the problem. We are degenerates. Okay, we're lazy. And both of you stay away from us, and both of you say slick shit, and both of you get a black eye.
I'm from as well. So for me, I feel like today what I do, again, like over time you learn, right? So for me, I'm like much more vocal about what anyone has to say about any African country or any African, especially my family. Like my grandma will be like, some Africa. I'm like, nah, grandma, you need to say Ghana. You're not talking about this grandma I'm talking to, but you know, this woman is nearly
Right,
80
USA
years
of FBA.
old. She don't really know nothing.
They're just liars.
So, you know, I am trying to like do my best to be a person who's like also sharing the knowledge, because there is still a lot of ignorance, surprisingly, in 2022, you know?
Absolutely. And again, I keep bringing it up, but I think it all comes from like anti-Blackness. And
what is that? What is your definition of anti-Blackness? Because you're a zombieing, right? You're not Black. You're zombieing. You said it. So you can't be zombieing and Black. You're either one or the other. And you said you're zombieing. So the only anti-Blackness that we know is you guys' hatred, white supremacy hatred towards us, Foundation of Black Americans. We're the only Black. If you say anti-Blackness, you're only talking about anti-ness towards Foundation of Black Americans. That's it. That does not extend to Zambians or South Africans or anybody else.
And I find myself having similar conversations with, you know, family or just people, you know, in different like African communities here in the US. Like you still do hear negative things about, like, let's say African Americans. And
there we go. Why are we hearing negative things about us way from Zimbabwe? See, there you go. Why do you have negative? Like, we're so great. We did so many great things in the world. Okay. Our greatness is seen worldwide. How can you have negative things to say about us? Nothing you shithole people did can remotely compare. All of you guys combined with the Caribbean. All you guys combined, all of Africa, the Caribbean, and you still can't really rock with us. 43 million, 1.5 billion plus the islands. All of what you've done historically, where worldwide historically, cannot equate to what we did in America. Okay. But so how could you have negative things to say about the greatest people of African descent, or whatever you want to group us up with you guys? How? It should be nothing but admiration.
And I always interrogate that, because I'm like, why are you talking about a fellow Black person this way? Like,
not fellow Black person, but why are you talking about us and we're so many thousand miles away from you? How do we affect your daily life at all? You're watching us shining in America. You're watching us get all the praise from everybody. We're treated like superstars, right? And you guys are hateful.
why do you sound like a white person?
You know? Oh, I gotta clip that.
Like, why are you saying you sound like a white person?
I gotta clip that.
You know, like, why are you saying the same things? I don't always interrogate that, because I'm like, why are you talking Americans? Like, you still do hear negative things about, like, let's say African Americans.
Hold on.
Or just continue. Like, you still do hear negative things about, like, let's say African Americans. And I always interrogate that, because I'm like, why are you talking about a fellow Black person this way? Like, why do you sound like a white person? You know, like, why are you saying the same things?
I don't really know. You sound like a white person. It's like, whoa.
family or just people, in different like African communities here in the US, like you still do hear negative things about, like, let's say African Americans. And I always interrogate having similar conversations.
Hold on.
And I find myself having similar conversations with, family or just people,
There we go.
in different like African communities here in the US. Like you still do hear negative things about, like, let's say African Americans. And I always interrogate that, because I'm like, why are you talking about a fellow Black person this way? Like, why do you sound like a white person? Like, why are you saying the same things?
I don't really get. You sound like a white person. It's like, whoa, what?
Because if you have the same talking points and the same stereotypes as like white people do about Black people, like, do you not know what you look like navigating through America? Like, you look Black. The first thing that people see is a Black person.
No, they don't.
Is a Black person. And people see is the first thing that people see. And I find myself having similar conversations with, like, why are you saying the same things?
So family, keep in mind, they're not in America. They're in Zimbabwe. Okay. So she just said her relatives got white supremacist talking points about us way in Zimbabwe. Family, we are special. We are on their minds way in Zimbabwe, and they're acting like diaspora wars go both ways. Yo, we're not thinking about no goddamn third world country at all in our daily lives. At all. At all. They're thinking about us like all day long. We're on their minds rent free, all 24/7.
I don't really get. You sound like a white person. It's like, whoa, what?
Super chat in the building. Ron, FBA, top of the AM to you and fam, driving to work but listening. Appreciate it, brother. $5 super chat. Shout out to you, Maxwell Jenkins. Yeah, we got her. Zimbabwean. So family, I'm never gonna let somebody tell me that this go both ways. You're in Zimbabwe. You did with her words. White supremacist talking points. They sound like Charlie Kirk, Steven Crowder. They sound like Nick Fuentes way in Zimbabwe. That is deep. That is deep hatred, family. And then they come over here as asylees, evacuees, refugees, and then the first thing they do is line themselves up with the Conservative Party, with the Republican Party conservatives.
Because if you have the same talking points and the same stereotypes.
Nah, my screen was out of frame because I was clipping the video. So every time I clip, it's gonna zoom into the clip. But it's back. Thank you.
As like white people do about Black people, like that you're so clearly, globally there just continues to be these misconceptions and misunderstandings of each other's cultures.
Wait, hold on. What the I almost cursed, man. Yeah, this chick is nuts, and she believes the same thing her family does. How do you say your family had those beliefs? And then say, yeah, and then conclude with misconceptions, culture. What? When you repeat verbiage from white supremacists about FBAs, that's not a mixture of cultures, lack of understanding. Like she said earlier, these people are educated. They know full well what they're saying. These are grown adults. These ain't 13-year-old white girls being trained, to hate Blacks. These are grown adults. Okay. But her conclusion, the way she did, this is why I said, listen, family, y'all can do what y'all want to do. I'm not your leader, but don't bring me no Africa, right? No, like the Caribbean, we could try to work with them, but I'm good with Africa. All 54 countries, I'm good. Like, don't bring me no Africans. Talking about unbiased Ron, we could do some. No, I'm good. I'm good with Africans. Now, the Caribbean has not had this much hatred, so that's open to negotiations. But Africa, I'm good. Every last country, I'm good. Like I said, I could have one friend that's African or one associate. I ain't gonna be I'm a human being. I ain't gonna treat them like trash. But as far as like aligning ourselves with anybody from there, I'm good. No, thank you.
How would you say we can foster like a better understanding of each other as folks?
Well, let's start with stop hating us. Let's focus on learning all the great things we contributed in the world. Okay. Our innovations and inventions end up being the world has access to certain things. You dig? The world has borrowed from our innovations and inventions. So let's start with respecting the greatest melanated people in the world who accomplish the most, who still accomplish the most, and still everybody wants to be us, be around us, look like us, talk like us. We're not running around trying to look like nobody from the Caribbean or talk like nobody from the Caribbean. We're not trying to run around and talk like nobody from Africa. Everybody's trying to look like us and talk like us and do everything we do. Okay. We speak English. We got one language, it's English. We don't speak Patois or Creole or Zimbabwean. We only speak English and AAVE. That's it. Okay. You guys want to be like us.
Across the diaspora?
That's a massive question. It's a massive question, but I'll take a stab at it. Because it is something that I think about often, just as a person who's had to move through like so many different diasporic spaces. And I'm trying to get good at it, you know? But I was exposed to this writer and journalist named Esther Arma. I think she's from Ghana, and she wrote this book called Emotional Justice, a roadmap for racial healing. And I think her book is actually launching in Ghana like this week or something like that. I just saw it on her Instagram, so shout out to her. Okay. But she, I heard her speak one time about radical grace. Like she said, you know, what we need, we as in like different parts of the diaspora, right? Like we really need to work on extending this like extreme level of grace to one another, because we are both, not even both, but like all parts of the diaspora are working through their own experiences with imperialism or colonization. And, you know, it's not just one group who has a lot of work to do. You know, like we all have our own work to do. We're all kind of like scarred in our own way. And so this like first step would really be radical grace.
Family, she just said it. She just said imperialism, neocolonialism, all that bullshit that they brought on themselves. They brought that on themselves. Man, good luck with that. Good luck with that. Good luck with that fight against imperialism. Good luck with the fight against colonialism, neocolonialism. Good luck. That ain't got shit to do with us. And guess what? We're not in your way either. Like you're in our way, we're not in your way. Good luck. Hope you overcome all that stuff. But again, it's your fault to begin with. It's your fault that you're dealing with neocolonialism, colonialism, imperialism, and it's your fault that we're dealing with systemic racism. Africa gets the blame for all of that. I got the receipts. They get the blame for all that.
And I feel like, you know, we all could do that. We all could extend more grace. Black Americans can extend more grace.
No. We are the victims. We are being attacked. We're good. Hold your own nuts, do your own thing. We're delineating, we're separating, we're dividing. Okay. Go do your own thing. Good luck.
Different people from different parts of the diaspora. No worries. So
yeah, I mean, I'm just thinking of like, you know, when things are just kind of going crazy on Twitter. If people are like, hey, you know, that hasn't been my experience, but
radical grace is a tool for social media. I wouldn't say that. I'm
not in that context.
Not in that context.
That's fair. That's fair. I mean, it's I think, like you said, it's a great first step. And we need to be able to really, really extend each other that grace and be able to really like see each other, you know, because if you see another, you would where assuming all these things.
Yo, why do they believe we have to do something with them? No, go do your thing. I don't want to extend grace. I don't even want to talk to you. Go be great. Go. We don't need to do none of that, man. Go do what you do. I'm only calling for my lineage to be on code. You go be great, man. Go do you. No, I don't want nothing. I don't want nothing with that. No diaspora. Hold your own nuts. Be great. Like I can't keep emphasizing that. I can't keep reiterating that. Go be great. I'm not in your way. Don't get out of my way, and go do you. I don't want to do nothing with you. Go have fun.
About you and you know where you might be from. Like, so there's definitely room for across the diaspora. There's definitely room for us to be just more graceful.
No, I'm good. No, thank you.
That's a great first step.
I would say, like I feel like we get a lot of flack across the diaspora of like, you know, y'all need to come together. We need to come together, and you know, we need to learn more about each other. But I feel like one way that is already happening is through music.
Oh, stop it! Get the fuck out music.
That's bringing.
Stop it.
In 2022, it's so easy to
She said music.
Tap into each other's cultures in that way. You
No,
know,
we don't need to. What the fuck?
Even more about each other.
Yo, 1.5 billion Africans and whatever million Caribbeans. Go be great, man. Go link up with each other. Go be great. Let the Zimbabweans, whatever the fuck you call yourself. Why don't you go link up with the Haitians and Jamaicans and Bayesian people, Bohemians? Go be great, man. Why are we in the middle of this shit? Yo, go be great, man. Show us how great you guys are coming together.
So I'm so happy that that's like just more accessible. Similar, a lot of our histories are, and how we're connecting from across the diaspora to discuss, you know, how we can collaborate more, how we can.
Oh my God, everything is about linking up with us.
I'm thinking of like it happened in plenty of examples of leaders of different movements.
Oh shit! No, there's no example. All failed examples.
You know, prominent like civil misunderstand each other. Like
here we go, misunderstanding.
Actually,
right? Okay,
and it just makes me think about like Shirley Chisholm. You know, the first.
Oh,
Black,
Shirley.
like,
okay. No. She was not the first Black nothing. She's the first Caribbean. Okay, stop with this Black shit. No, she was not the first Black nothing. First Caribbean woman to go into Congress, whatever. And when she got in there, what'd she do? She was pro-immigration right off the bat. She was not pro minority or pro, you know, the lineage. She was pro-immigration right away. She got right busy with those immigration laws. Stop it. We didn't benefit from her goofy ass. The immigrants did.
Implementation of her, you know, kind of.
We're facing like similar issues, you know, like social issues. We're fighting very similar battles. We're trying to achieve the same things. We're trying to break, you know, generational curses and build wealth. And like a lot of us are just now having the opportunity to do so. And it's like really, really just an interesting time. And like if someone in Africa is experiencing that, and then, you know, another person in America is experiencing the same thing, it's like we have more in common than I think we think. So
sure.
It's really important for us to know, like, we're all kind of, you know, trying to work towards the same thing, and we can actually foster like, just more unity, more progress, and we can like, you know, exchange ideas and help each other. Just
no, ain't no help each other, because there's nothing you can do to help us. Stop it. Like, what help can you offer to us? Stop. Get out of here, family. We're out of here. I'm gonna leave y'all with the lineage song. You dig? And we are gone. Let's do it like this. It's all about the lineage, baby. Appreciate all of y'all. I'm back live again about 8:30 tonight, 8:39 p.m. tonight. I appreciate all y'all. Make sure you like the video, subscribe, notification bell. I appreciate all the super chats. The Cash App is there for those who want to donate there. Family, we out.
It's all about the lineage, baby. 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 Yeah. Now what y'all wanna be? FBA, ADOS, Freeman Indigenous. We got shot callers, we got activists, we got politicians, we got lawyers for ya. But don't knock us for being great. Delineate, and now we're singing, hey, it's all about the lineage, baby. It's all about the lineage, baby. Can't nobody take our pride. Can't nobody hold us down, no. We gotta keep on moving. They keep on moving the goalposts. Oh no, no. Broken alliance everywhere. Broken arrows in every spirit. Let's be very clear. We ain't letting up. We ain't getting up. It's our throne, we built it. It's our home. Take your shoes off. It's all about the lineage.